I'm going to show you how to check your car if it's dying at idle, like if you're driving and you pull up to light and it starts hesitating and eventually dies. Here's one possible solution that might fix the issue, which happened to be my issue. So basically, what's happening is the evap system is dumping excess fuel or fuel vapors, or I should say excess vapors or excess fuel into the intake during when you're at idle. That's why it just over-richens it and the engine dies. Your evap canister is located in the back of the car underneath, right there, with the fins on it. That's where that's like a charcoal canister. There's hoses connected to the fuel tank, and a hose goes all the way to the engine. And basically, any fuel vapors from your fuel tank get vented into the charcoal canister, and they're stored there until the engine gets up to operating temperature, and basically vents those vapors into the intake plenum. Right here, through this valve down there. So if you look, if you follow that valve, and it's hard to see, but I'll zoom in on it and focus on it. Right there, the orange and white wires, that's a solenoid valve. It's called a canister purge solenoid valve. So that electrical connector will open that valve and allow the evap canister to vent the fuel vapors into the intake, and they just get burned away, part of the whole evaporative emissions system. So a good way to test it, basically just disconnect that valve, or disconnect that connector, let your engine warm up, and it has to be at operating temperature, but let your engine warm up and just disconnect it, and if it doesn't die like it was before, then that's your issue. So all you got to do is, if you want to fix it, just go ahead and go to the back, pull out the canister. There's 3 hoses connected to it and 2 nuts, one of them up here and then one on the other side of the metal strap. So those 2 nuts allow the whole canister to fall, and then you could disconnect 3 hoses that are under here. And then there's another electrical connector in there. It's called the canister close valve, and that basically just opens or closes the canister to allow it to vent to the engine also. So there's kind of like 2 valves, but sometimes the cause of this is when you're filling up gas. If you top off your tank, a lot of that fuel will vent from your fill valve into the canister, fill it up with gas, and then now it's venting excess fumes or actual liquid gas to the intake, and it'll just kill the engine. So what you could do, take that canister out, empty it out. You'll notice, if this is the issue, there will be fuel in there, like quite a bit. So just leave it upside down and let everything vent out, overnight, maybe even a few days, and then just put it back in and start the car, go ahead and run it. Another indication, that it was, an overly rich mixture. If you look at your spark plugs, it'll be black soot, real dry, powdery black soot on them, which, rich condition. Same thing I actually heard with this car. When I shut the engine off, or actually when it died during testing it, popping came from the exhaust. So again, excess fuel, and then it actually burned up in the exhaust and exploded. So that's another indication of it. So I mean, all the signs of it was excess fuel, which resulted in checking that. So other things you can check for the throttle position sensor, you can actually ohm it out certain readings. There's the 3 connectors. Well, I need to get a little tab. There you go. 3 connectors on the inside, and you could actually basically ohm out the connector. I did that, it was good. You can also ohm out the idle speed motor, or well, whatever controls the idle speed, this thing. You can check that as well, and I checked both of them. They were both good, which led me to check for vacuum leaks. That'll cause any issues. Your mass airflow sensor can cause issues. Everything was clean, so I looked at the last thing, and it was the evap canister. So if you have any questions, go ahead and write it in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them. Alright, thanks.